ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Eastleigh save. Now, before we get started, of course, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more great content like this coming your way. But today, we're taking on Bristol City, who are sitting in 4th. We have kind of dropped down a little bit to 17th, but we've got a game in hand. I mean, this is the game in hand, so not too sure how it'll go. Let's show you kind of how things have gone. Well, it's been a bit of a weird one. We've only lost one game in the time between our last game, Nottingham Forest, and now, but we've drawn a hell of a lot. We beat Portsmouth and we beat Millwall in the FA Cup, but otherwise there's been a 2-2 draw with Hull, another 0-0 draw, 2-2 draw with West Ham, a 0-0 draw against Reading, a 3-0 loss to Sheffield, and then a 0-0 draw against Blackburn in the last game. So the slight change in formation that I've gone for has helped, I think. I think we're slowly getting into it. So I'll show you, before we do, I'll show you if there's any transfers. I don't think there is as of yet. Just want to make sure that David Conway has come in now. Obviously, we signed him from Shelbourne on a free transfer. We just had to wait for it to go through in January, which he's here now. He looked good in his first game. Unfortunately, got injured pretty much straight away after that otherwise. Henry Gonzalez has left us now, so that's one thing to note. He's gone to Jaguares. He was the player that just got annoyed with me because I wasn't playing him. And I was like, well, you're not as good as everyone else, so why would I play you? Yeah. Jeffries Barker and Duffy Feeney from our under-18s have left to join Hartlepool and York, but that's nothing really to note. The only other thing would be what you might have seen is Chamu Diaby I'm trying to bring in. He looks very tasty, 6'3", some good passing and technique. And because of our formation, I think he could be very, very good where I want to play him. I don't want to play him quite as a striker. I want to play him deeper. Yeah, we'll see if we can bring him in. But this is kind of the formation we're going for. Although we have been mixing it up with all these different types here. So we've got a 4-2-4, a 4-3-3, and then a 5-2-3 sort of formation, but without a striker. And it seems to have kind of shored us up a bit, gives us a pack out the midfield a little bit more. But we're still getting goals as we've got inside forwards, so they're effectively like strikers coming in from out wide, and then Alcalea playing that shadow striker in the middle. But yeah, Sparks has come in. Delmar Sparks has come up to the first team from the under-23s. He's been in great form for them, and he's been very good for us since coming up. So, I mean, he'll be starting today, that's for sure. And we've also brought up Ortega as well, who's currently on international. He hasn't made really any appearances for us this season, but I thought I'd bring him up as we're obviously playing that attacking midfield role as well as wing backs in one of our formations, so it'd be good to have him there just in case as well. But this is the team we'll play against Bristol City. Okonkwo in goal, Magoma, O'Connor and Omo at the back, Hare and Hackett either side with Smith and Sparks in the middle, Stefancic, Alcalea and Arango up top or slightly further forward, however you want to call it. Yeah, they're all the same style. So we're all controlling the ball. We're playing it short. We're trying to play centrally, so everyone tucks in. That's Bristol City playing a 4-4-2. Might work for us. We might be able to kind of deal with that, but we'll have to see. Yeah, so it's one of those. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Today's going to be a really tough game anyway. So we'll just have to see how we can get on against them. I kind of want to play. Oh, there you go. Semenyo in the first minute gets the ball on the edge of the box and fires it in. Bit of a shame. We haven't really got going yet. I'd have hoped that we'd have had a bit more time to get into the game. But there you go. 1 minute in and they're up. But yeah, I'm hoping to kind of play this sort of way till the end of the season. See how things kind of develop with it. And then go from there. So, because it's not massive change from what we were playing with a striker, but as Mias is our only real top striker, Morris is okay, the Canadian, but he's not banging in the goals. So I kind of wanted to find some way of having a striker as well as not having a striker if needed. So that's kind of where we've been at, but. I mean, not much has happened in the first 15 minutes other than the goal straight away. Brentford beat Bournemouth 5-0. I mean, what a game that was for them. Absolutely smashing things. There's a few big score lines in this. I hope we're not going to be one of those. And if it is, it'll be in our favour, which I'm not too sure about. But I'm confident that we won't be getting relegated this season. And that's nice. It's like we're not anywhere near the relegation zone. We've got full confidence in our boys being able to do that. Why Stefan O'Connor's up front from our own from a defensive corner, I don't know. I'm going to have a look at the corner routines and see why that might be, because that is certainly something I do not want to be happening. But that's the sort of ball that can absolutely tear teams apart in this sort of formation. The attacking midfielder getting that ball and playing it through to an inside forward who are coming in off the sides. Because we play slightly deeper, their team always tends to push up on us. As you can see, they're really high up the pitch. And Alcalá is able to knock that through. And Stefancic, with his pace, gets through on goal, pops it right-hand corner, which is great to see. 1-1. I mean, this is a game I would take a 1-1 draw against, because they're up in third at the moment. Well, dropped down to fourth now because we're level with them. So, I mean, even though the other games I probably would have preferred a win, this one I'd happily take a draw in if the boys could perform. Magoma with the header, though. Stefancic back to Smith, who looks through to Stefancic again. And there you go. Look at that space he's got to run into. There's no one... I was so close to going... There was no one in the box, and he just went on his own and shot, and it was saved. But yeah, that is the only thing. But that's why they're a shadow striker, to hopefully force them into the box. I could maybe play a deep line forward, but I like having the attacking midfielder in there. I think it's just slightly better, as the deep line forward still is maybe a bit too far forward, if that makes sense. Smith, though, with a corner. Can he whip it in and give us something to shout about? Not quite. Hackett's not able to get there, but Alcalá should be able to react. Sparks sitting at the back there comfortably. He'll be able to swap over now. Hackett still on this left-hand side. Can he get a yard and the ball into the box? Defender goes sliding in. Sparks is up the field. Arango into Alcalá. There it is. That's 2-1. I mean, what a turnaround that is. 10 minutes till half-time. And it's really starting to click and starting to come together a bit more now. Arango on that left-hand side. Hackett was able to keep hold of the ball, force the defender to make a mistake in trying to challenge him. He found Sparks, who just played it into Arango, who turned on the spot, crossed the box into Alcalá, who popped it home. And you see there, that's where Alcalá still gets into. It's where the attacking midfielder still gets into the box. So they're not holding off. They're not always back there. But when we do bomb into the box, they do drop slightly because they're naturally going to be later arriving. And that's another reason why it can work, where the ball's cut back to them. It's a volley by Footbal, and they are back level, but it looks like it could be offside, actually. Looks like the liner might have flagged. So we got away with one there. But like I say, I'm not saying this is the best tactic in the world, but it's kind of working how I wanted it to work, which is quite nice. And I'm hoping... I don't want to force it to work, but I do want to give it enough time to try and allow it to. With the different formations we've got as well, it hopefully means we can kind of fit the formation to be against the opposition's weakness, as well as still playing the way we like to play, because it means that we'll have experience in playing like it, but also gets to pick the holes in the opposition that they might have. That ball wasn't anywhere near Arango, unfortunately, but that is the switch of play that we're looking for. That's a long ball just straight over the top. And there it is. Jude Footbal smashed it in. Daniel Bentley, their goalkeeper, got that one. I mean, that's poor. That is very, very poor. One long ball forwards, and it's gone over the top of the defence. I mean, Amol's got to be dealing with that better. And Footbal finishes quite nicely. But hey, 2-2 at half-time against Bristol City away from home. I think it's going pretty well so far. I think we're doing okay. Arango's been involved in both of the goals, so of course he's been doing great. Delmar Sparks, we'll take him off then. He's not been looking fantastic. We'll bring on Luke Dreyer, bit of experience, bit of an older head in there against a good side, but he's still obviously very young and very fit and healthy, which is good. Not that old players aren't fit and healthy. Bit of a weird thing to say there. Leighton with the ball. as he plays it out wide to Semenyo, the goal scorer. It is a good win by Smith in there. Alcalá is able to look for Stefancic. It's got to be a foul. And is that a possible sending off? Paul's second yellow card. It is a sending off. They've had to take Lee off and bring Candido on. That's great for us. It gives us an extra man advantage. And again, that was exactly what was happening. Alcalá, I think it was Alcalá who received and played the ball, or someone received the ball, and they were able to get round the back of the fullbacks. Arango, the ball's come kind of a short long ball, if that's a thing, into Arango. Josh Hare, though, has to play it back to Hackett as we have to reset. Alcalá, though, knocks it round through to Arango, who's the ball's a bit strong, and it looked like he was being held back a bit there, maybe. Not being able to get to it, but we'll let it off as we've still got the ball and we're still looking to go forward. Here we go. Look at that ball over the top. Arango is through on goal. Can he finish it? Not quite. He's been pushed out wide, defended well. Alcalá, though. Oh, and that's showing exactly what I want it to do. The tactics working very nicely. But I mean, Alcalá should have scored there. It was put on a plate. The defence were dropped right off and they weren't able to deal with him. It's a header through, though, by Backinson. Marches through on goal. Is he going to finish it? No, he puts it into the grateful hands of Okonkwo, who just takes control of that and control of that little situation that might have occurred there. But things are going okay. An hour in, 30 minutes to go. They're a player down, so they'll start to tire more and more. We're starting to perform. The cat has just taken out half the room. You're right there. I think he just tried to jump up onto my cabinets and it didn't work. And so he's knocked over the bin. What a plonker. So there you go. A little bit of a story for the cat. Bit of fame for one of our little ginger cats. But Smith with a corner. Can we get a goal from that? 20 minutes to go. O'Connor, ball back in. Magoma with the header. Oh, he nearly managed to flick it into the top corner, but not quite able to guide it well enough. And it stays at 2-2. But we go again. Magoma this time into Alcalá, who looks to turn. Finds Dreyer. Ball over the top to Josh Hare, who's on the overlap. Ball straight into the box. Hernandez looks to flick it away. He does, as Arango was lurking, but wasn't very close to that ball. Hernandez, though, Leighton, looks to go forward once again. Are we able to cut it out? We do. Toby Amol into Dreyer, who's got Hackett there. He's got to probably play it back now into a mole, but we can kind of restart that process again. A ball over the top through to Stancic, but not quite making it as they weren't on the front foot. As the ball goes forward, this time O'Connor deals with it, the long ball forward by the keeper, and now it's Smith who plays into Stefancic. He's got it back to Magoma. You can see, look how many players we are, how high we are. Stefancic, and then into Smith. Can Smith make something happen? Dreyer through Stefancic. Look at that massive hole there. Bit of possession. He's through one-on-one with the keeper and he finishes it on the right foot. Lovely, lovely goal. Another one that just shows how well this tactic has worked today. Great stuff. Stefancic coming through on goal, using that pace, using that acceleration to get away. But look at the hole there. He's dropped right off. I'm guessing that's their fullback, maybe? I can't really click on Candido, who's actually come on. So I think, yeah, possibly their fullback couldn't make the decision whether to go with Stefancic or not. And so him dropping off and then making that run gave him enough room to get through. And it looks great. It looks so good. So we've got a few minutes left. Still got 15 minutes to go. I do kind of want to mix things up slightly. Let's bring on Karamo Dembele. He hasn't played for a little while. He's been out injured. And Arango will take you off as well. And put Panina on that left-hand side. Hopefully they should be able to see things out. Because of what we've got going on at the moment, I think we should be able to see it out. And bringing those guys on gets them the legs that they need, especially Dembele, who's, like I say, this is first getting back after a while out. But what a result this could be. Obviously helped by the sending off, but I think we were still very good, even when they had 11 men. We were very, very good, and it's shown there. We've done a great job today. As the clock ticks down in extra time, it's going to be a 3-2 win for Eastleigh unless something drastic happens, which I don't think it will. There it is, a 4-3, 3-2. Words just escape me sometimes. The boys are happy. I'm happy. What a great result. And it just shows that this formation has started to really click, really start to flow. Hopefully we can take on Sunderland, beat them, and carry that on to later on in the season. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get Chamu Diaby. I would love to. I think he'd be great, but I don't think it will. We obviously played the 4-2-4-0, which was this one over the last few games, and that's where the draws have been coming from. So that's why I dropped someone, basically the attacking advanced playmaker, back into centre half, just to maybe shore things up, and it seems to have worked so far. We'll have to see if it does continue like that. But Stefancic, brilliantly done. He's got a couple of goals there. Ortega, obviously out with the international squad at Uruguay's under-20s in the South American Championship. So he's sat in midfield there for them. Got a 3-0 win against Bolivia. Pretty good. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. A good 2 results. We're in the next round of the FA Cup, taking on Preston, which I think we could win as well. Otherwise, we'll come back a bit later on, maybe March time. If there is any transfers, I'll let you know, obviously, when it comes to it. But we'll come back a bit later on, see how we get on, unless there's a big FA Cup game, which I'm not sure there will be. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.